Welcome back to our channel, U.S. History Unveiled, where we uncover the stories that shaped the United States and the world. Today, we're traveling back to a frigid night in 1770, when a clash on the streets of Boston ignited the flames of the American Revolution. This event, known as the Boston Massacre, wasn't just a tragic skirmish. It was a turning point that turned ordinary colonists into revolutionaries. In the late 1760s, the American colonies were simmering with resentment toward Britain. The Townshend Acts of 1767 imposed taxes on everyday imports like glass, paper, paint, lead, and tea, without any colonial representation in Parliament. This taxation without representation fueled protests, boycotts, and outright defiance. To enforce these unpopular laws and protect customs officials, Britain stationed troops in Boston starting in 1768. The Redcoats, as they were called, became a constant irritant, competing for jobs, patrolling the streets, and clashing with locals. Tensions boiled over just 11 days before the massacre, with the killing of young Christopher Sider. His name was also reported as Snyder at the time, a boy shot during a protest against a loyalist merchant. He was 11 or 12 years old. His funeral turned into a massive anti-British rally, setting the stage for tragedy. Fast forward to March 5, 1770, a cold, snowy evening in Boston. Private Hugh White, a British soldier from the 29th Regiment, stood guard outside the Custom House on King Street, where the King's tax money was stored. A young wigmaker's apprentice named Edward Garrick taunted a nearby British officer, prompting White to strike the boy on the head with the butt of his musket. Word spread quickly, and a crowd of 300 to 400 angry Bostonians gathered, hurling insults like lobster backs and bloody backs, along with snowballs, ice chunks, oyster shells, and sticks. The mob grew volatile, daring the soldier to fire. White called for reinforcements. Captain Thomas Preston arrived with 7 more soldiers, bayonets fixed, forming a semicircle to protect the sentry and the building. The crowd pressed in, jeering and throwing projectiles. According to accounts, the soldiers were pelted relentlessly, and one may have been knocked down by a club or heavy object. In the chaos, without a clear order from Preston, though some witnesses claimed they heard shouting, "Fire!" the troops discharged their muskets into the crowd. The shots rang out, echoing through the night. 5 colonists fell dead or mortally wounded, and 6 more were injured. 4 were killed instantly, with 1 dying later, just as the chaos unfolded before the Custom House. The victims included Samuel Gray, a rope maker riddled with bullets, James Caldwell, a sailor hit twice, young Samuel Maverick, only 17, Patrick Carr, who lingered for days before succumbing, and Crispus Attucks, a dock worker of African and Native American descent, often remembered as the first to die. Attucks, a former enslaved man who had escaped bondage and worked on whaling ships, became a symbol of sacrifice. His death highlighted the diverse faces of the colonial resistance. The aftermath was swift and furious. Bells tolled across Boston, signaling alarm, and thousands gathered. The next day, a massive funeral procession honored the fallen as martyrs, with coffins paraded through the streets. Patriot leaders like Samuel Adams seized the moment, dubbing it the Boston Massacre to rally support against British tyranny. Paul Revere's famous engraving, The Bloody Massacre, circulated widely, showing organized soldiers coldly firing on peaceful civilians. To quell the uproar, acting Governor Thomas Hutchinson withdrew the troops to Castle Island in Boston Harbor. Captain Preston and the 8 soldiers were arrested and charged with murder. In a surprising twist, Patriot lawyer John Adams, cousin to Samuel Adams, agreed to defend them, alongside Josiah Quincy, to ensure a fair trial and uphold the rule of law. Adams argued self-defense, noting the mob's aggression. Preston was acquitted first. Of the soldiers, 6 were cleared, while 2 were convicted of manslaughter and branded on the thumb as punishment, a light sentence that further outraged colonists. The court acquitted most, viewing the soldiers' actions as a response to the provoked chaos. Ironically, on the very same day as the massacre, March 5, 1770, far across the Atlantic, the British Parliament voted to repeal most of the Townshend Acts, keeping only the tax on tea to assert authority. Merchants rejoiced at the partial relief, leading to a brief period of comparative quiet in the colonies. But the underlying disquiet simmered. The Boston Massacre wasn't a planned battle, but it transformed public opinion. It showed the dangers of military occupation and became a rallying cry. Remember the 5th of March. Just 5 years later, shots at Lexington and Concord would start the Revolutionary War. Thanks for watching. Hit like, subscribe, and comment below. See you next time.